You are now listening to the Sae Bae Cast, the #1 old school RuneScape podcast featuring guests from all across Galanor. To support this podcast, visit the Patreon link in the description.
All right, welcome to the Sae Bae Cast number 100 with Fat Clouds. Fat Clouds, how you doing this fine evening?
Hello, Mr. Sater. Long time coming, huh? I'm doing good. I'm a little under the weather right now. Fucking ill, mate, but we're doing good. How about you? How was Mexico?
I'm doing good. Mexico is awesome, except the sun is just absolutely brutal. I didn't realize how just different the sun is down there.
Yeah, you looking bronze though now, man.
I don't know, like when I get sunburned, it literally just turns really red and then it just goes back to pale. So like, I don't know. I got a little bit though, especially on my torso, because I have literally not taken off my shirt in like 5 years for like any occasion, because I've just been camped in my room. So going out and getting a little bit of sun felt good for sure, but I did get fried.
Would you go with your family?
Yeah, it was going to be like my whole immediate family, but my sister, brother-in-law, and niece just got sick like literally a day before, and they just weren't able to come. It was that literal all-inclusive resort, and they just couldn't come. It was the most depressing thing ever. But my parents were there, and my brothers.
Oh, that's cool. Sounds like fun.
Yeah. So there honestly is so much to talk about, and I'm very curious with where you are at in life now. So I guess we'll just kind of start off like a brief introduction of who you are for those that may have heard your name but don't exactly know where or something. So I guess a brief introduction, and then we'll go into like the deep, stuff. So yeah.
All right, cool. I am Fat Clouds. I'm a RuneScape streamer. About 3 years old, or I started about 3 years ago. I was an XP hunting Ironman. I peaked at rank 11 and would just pretty much go live every day doing different skills, going for 200 mil in every skill. We got about halfway there XP wise and then burnt out, ended up getting a job and quitting streaming, but fun times.
I don't know. I just think it's so cool because we kind of started streaming around the same time. I think I started like 8 months or so before you ever started, but just seeing your whole channel just grow to what it became, and then just the whole stopping the grind of 200 mil all. So obviously there's people that have a lot of questions on kind of what happened. Now a lot of like your active viewers kind of know what's already happened, but I want you to share sort of what happened on that day where you just decided, like, I'm not streaming anymore. This is not worth, and not even not streaming anymore, but not playing the game anymore. So how did that all play out, I guess?
Well, I was getting bored of the game for a while. I mean, you could probably tell, but doing the XP every day, all day, every day wasn't good for like my mental state or just like streaming in general, I guess. But my brother was just, the job that he does was in the weed industry, and I've always liked that's always been a big like part of my life. So I ended up taking a job with him, and then I started streaming less and just enjoyed it more, I guess. Enjoyed interacting with people and not being stuck on the computer all day every day. It just one day I guess it just clicked that life's short, I guess, and sitting in front of the computer all day every day was not good for my mental or physical state. So not to get sad, bro.
No,
but,
that's what I wanted to hear. But was there like a point beforehand where you kind of wanted to quit but you just didn't? Like, what was the actual like moment, I guess, like where you just, because so many people are just like addicted to this game and will just play it mindlessly, kind of just like, this is what I do. But to actually stop going for 200 mil all after setting that goal and doing it for years, like were there times beforehand where you wanted to quit and you did but then just came back?
Not really. Like, I was, until the very end, I was committed. Like, I would meme or whatever and say, oh, nothing else in life besides that. But I was like 100% serious about it. I just whatever I do in life, I guess I just put 110% of everything into, and it
Yeah.
just ended up going into the job and like real life, focusing on myself a little bit more than like doing it in the game all the time.
Yeah. So how was that? Like the feeling of just letting go of it? Because I bet you. I mean, this is my own speculation. I bet it feels a
Mhm.
little bit like being a slave to the game, almost maybe being a slave
Yeah,
to the XP.
it's like it's crazy looking back at it, like how much I was into it. Just for me, my mental state and everything, I have to go 100% into anything. Um, yeah, I don't. It just looking back now, I just can't. I can't even log on the game too much anymore and put in that much time doing like other things. But I still always loved it. Mostly the thing that kept me going so long was streaming, just because I like entertaining people and hanging out.
Hmm.
And streaming's always just been a place where I go to like chill with people, like treat everyone like my friends and spread some smiles. So
Yeah. No, you okay? So I've stated this in other Sae Bae casts and stuff, but seriously, I mean it when I say that your stream popping up was like the biggest breath of fresh air to the OSRS community, at least in my perspective. It was just like I don't know. In my eyes, and I think I said this in the Defy J cast of just if you would become a staking streamer or just one of the like popular get rich quick schemes where you just like PK and
uh-huh.
stake your bank and stuff,
I know.
like you would have absolutely popped off.
Yeah, because I before I streamed, like all I did for years was just watch streams, and I know what I like and knew what I didn't like, and I know like
Mhm.
how to entertain people. Ever since like when I was a kid, my dream was always to be like a stand-up comedian, and then I got nervous in front of people, so streaming was perfect, man, for a while. I still like doing it, and I would in a perfect world, I'd like to like work and stream, or maybe come back full time sometime in a better like mental split
Mhm.
situation. But for now, I've been liking doing IRL stuff, and I don't even like log in too much anymore. I still like streaming and entertaining people, but it's weird. It would be weird coming back full time, not streaming RuneScape, I guess, and seeing how it would turn out.
Yeah, the cool thing is like there really is just endless possibilities to streaming, especially when you just are a charismatic individual that can just like naturally entertain people. Like the
Yeah,
possibilities are literally endless with you. Like you could do anything.
yeah, and
You could literally just chill as well.
yeah, I appreciate that. I always noticed in like 90 or most of the streamers, I always meme about it too, but everyone just no one really puts on too much of a show. That's why I respect people like Oda and Skill Specs, people who like put a little
Hmm.
extra effort into their streams.
Yep. It's tough. Okay, so let me ask you this about that. So when
Uh-huh.
people put in the extra effort, at least in my head, I think if I were to go above and beyond, and I'm not talking just like a little bit, because I already give a little bit to my stream, just be a little bit more entertaining than I normally am.
Yeah.
I'm just dead
Mhm.
ass quiet when I'm not streaming. But
Uh-huh.
like I feel like if I were to put on a show, I would burn out so easily because there would just be
Mhm.
days where I just don't want to put on the show,
Yeah,
but
and
I still
that's
want
what
to
it
stream. So,
yeah, and that's what it came down to too. Like I obviously when I stream I put on a show and like little persona. That's not how I am all the time. In real life I'm pretty quiet and reserved. I don't really like being the center of attention or anything. But what were we talking about, man? I'm a little high. I keep going down.
just I was just talking about like the whole burning out because you're putting on a show. And
Yeah.
I definitely am 100% with you with like respecting the hustlers that are literally
Hmm.
putting all their energy into streaming. But like it gets to a
Yeah.
point where I feel like for most people it gets to the point where it's too much to do consistently.
Yeah. And you like lose line or like in between like your stream persona and off stream, like it's like gets blurred.
Oh
But
yeah,
it's
did you
yeah.
have any like moments of that in real life where you're like, oh shit?
Yeah, just like the jokes and shit I say at work now too, like the like depressing dark humor. People look at me like for a second, I'm like, no, I'm just kidding. Like it's just a joke. Like the Twitch humor will come out, and some people get it, some people
Yeah.
don't. But
Yeah, that's funny. I don't know. That's yeah. Um,
yeah, it's hard. It's hard to be real consistent and try to put on a show. Like put all of your energy into it. That's why I was never the most consistent streamer, I guess, but I would just put everything, like every ounce of energy in that I had in my body until the end of the stream to like just for entertainment. It was just fun fucking with people.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so I want to talk a little bit about your weight loss journey because as soon as you stopped
Yes.
going for XP, you lost a bunch of weight and you're looking really
Mm-hmm.
good now. And obviously, it's like a lifelong pursuit. Like fitness is not
Mm-hmm.
just like a stopping point. But yeah, how was that for you? Like just the whole
Yeah.
getting into activity and stuff.
Appreciate that. It was good. Like so I started off just walking for like a little bit a day. I always wanted to get a bike and like make that a routine, but I just would go for walks every day for like 30 minutes or so, and then I eventually got the courage to jog around the neighborhood and have people watch, so I did that. And then I just got once you get in a schedule or like a routine, I guess it's pretty easy, especially with like the grind set of fucking RuneScape. If you like put your mind to do anything else, you could like do anything really.
Yeah.
But it's been really good. For me, it seemed like a slow change, but I like obviously didn't stream or anything for a while and lost like 60 pounds. But just not being in the house as much, eating, it's just a lot. I'm in a lot better space physically too from not playing as much, and it's still an ongoing thing. The past couple months, I've been slacking really bad. I need to get back into the gym and actually start exercising. But
Mm-hmm.
I did sign up for that one little fitness thing that
Oh, hell
uh
yeah.
yeah, somebody was doing for the RuneScape thing community, so we'll see how that goes. Should be soon.
Yeah. That's cool. I don't know. It was interesting to. First of all, I gotta say, like when you stopped streaming and stop. I mean, for those that are listening, Fat Cloud still streams, so drop a like down in the description on his
Yeah,
channel. But
yeah.
it's just not like the XP streams. It's a little bit
Mm,
different vibe. But yeah, I don't know. I was happy to see you just make some I don't know necessary changes
yeah,
in your
for
life and
sure.
shit.
Uh-huh.
It's always cool.
Because streaming, like, yeah, all I did for 4 years, 3 years or whatever was literally just play all day, every day. So I needed to do something else at some point, I guess. I didn't think I ever would, but
So, have you ever had any ideas of like streaming stuff that you'd like to do that's not RuneScape related?
yeah, like, I just right now I work so much that I pretty much have a couple hours before and after work. So, and I usually interact with people all day. So when I'm off, I just like sitting in silence pretty much. But I'd love to once the weather gets better, like start streaming the bike rides or something, or like IRL things, because I know people loved when I did that. The fucking McDonald's clip, of course, and the
The
pool
pool,
streams and the
yeah.
beach stream.
Uh,
That stuff's fun though, and it always surprised me, I guess. Usually when other streamers like do other things, the view count gets a lot lower, but mine was always like higher, if not the same, doing other things. Like
mm-hmm.
IRL especially. I think it'd be a good option sometime if I ever have free time to just do it for fun.
That's cool. I'm thinking of doing the same thing. Like I'm moving to Oregon next month, and I'm just
Mhm.
like, it's weird because I don't know. I feel like
Are you burned, bro?
oh yeah, no,
Yeah.
I feel like everyone kind of burned out around the time you stopped streaming. Like everybody
Yeah.
that I don't know what happened. I think it was just obviously lack of updates, lack of raids at the time. There wasn't any raids, and I know you weren't a raider, but just the whole mindset of at least the high level players. And I say high level, and when I say high level, I'm not talking about like the elitist people. I'm just talking about the people that play this game every fucking day. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
there's a group
Uh-huh.
of us on Twitter who just play this game
Yeah.
every day. So, but there was definitely a huge burnout, and I was experiencing the same thing. Of course, when you're a content creator and you know this, like you have to make money somehow, you know what I mean? And when you've
Yeah.
built like a little community, you kind of need to stream to keep that going. Even if you don't like the
Mhm.
game, you just have to do it, sort of.
Yeah. Yeah, and that's where streaming was kind of uh I don't know, weird. Like I always did it for fun and just genuinely enjoyed fucking around with people and spreading laughter. That's like all I like to do, even in like my day-to-day life now. But I it's hard to do that and then also try to make it a job and try to put on a show every day and all of that. It seems like an easy job on paper, but honestly, it is. It's stressful when you're right on the verge of like being able to make it and not quite like make it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, it really is. It's just, and that's at least for my journey with streaming. I was a little burnt, and I've been burnt, but in a way, like I still like the game because
Mm.
luckily I never got super into ranks. 'Cause I was into ranks initially on my hardcore, but just at like a very low level, like just early hardcore ranks. And
Uh-huh.
I had a taste of what that addiction's like. You know what I mean? Where it's like, I fucking love this. This is super addicting, just
Yeah.
getting ranks and stuff.
And then you got banned for botting, right?
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
used to bot too, man, back in the day. It's how everyone did.
Yeah. Now, it was back in the day where you just, I don't know. Anybody that's played this game enough, you start out being very casual and you don't take the game too seriously. And when you just see like, oh, my friends, my real life friends are botting Magic, well, why don't I just do it, you know?
Yeah.
And you
Yeah.
just do it and you get perm banned. You're like, fuck, that sucks.
Yeah, and once you get to the like a point on an Ironman too, or even in this game, there's like nothing to do anymore. Like you just keep
Yeah.
like I don't know.
It's
Other
just a
games, I
cycle.
yeah. Oh, my monitor's just turned off.
Is it back on?
Oh yeah, sorry. All right.
There you go.
Yeah, it's when you're high level though, especially in RuneScape, or once you've done everything, like you either just kill the same bosses over and over, or I guess PKing's like the only thing that switches everything up. But
That's true. But there's no progress there. You just kill people. I guess you
yeah,
make money if you care about that, but yeah, it's just I don't know. Also, I think I saw a tweet like a few months ago. I think it was from actually Isaac, Isaac RS. But he was
yeah,
just
the
like
boy.
the people, the people that just are burnt from this game and then check their playtime and it's like 20,000 plus hours. Like no shit, you're burnt. You've been playing this
Yeah,
game forever.
and I still enjoy it. It's still fun to. I was like doing clue scrolls last time I played. That shit's fun. I haven't done. I haven't sat and done clue scrolls in like 3 years. I don't know how to do any of them or anything. I'm like a fucking noob at it, but shit's pretty fun.
Yeah, yeah, that's
Seeing the
weird
collection log.
to like play the game differently. So, what do you enjoy now when you log in? Obviously, it must be weird just because you've played this game for so long in a
Yeah.
certain way, but.
Yeah, I really don't log in at all anymore. Like when I stream once in a while, I'll log in and do Skatizo and Clues or something.
Mhm.
For a minute though, I was enjoying the new theater or whatever Ashy Home.
Tombs.
What's it called, bro? Tombs. Fuck.
Yeah, Tombs of
Oh,
Damascus.
I did it. Yeah, I did a couple hundred kill or like 200 kills there and got lucky as fuck, and then it started getting stale. I don't have the same enjoyment, I guess,
Yeah.
as for the game. Like you really have to be committed to put in a lot of time, and I just don't. I don't. My time is just like put elsewhere, I guess, for now. Especially at the end game, like I have nothing left to do besides, I guess, get some collection log stuff or go for 200 mils or pets.
And every goddamn boss takes like 500 hours to kill, and it's just the same repetitive thing. I think of like Nex and Nightmare and stuff. I'm like, ugh.
Yeah, and next was fun. It's all fun for a little bit, like, but after a couple hundred kills of any boss,
Yeah.
it gets pretty stale.
You're right though when you say when you used to grind and you put 110%, into just your grind. Like that's really what makes an MMO fun is just
Uh,
dedicating your whole life. I feel like a lot of people can somewhat relate with that unless you're just a casual player. That's a really healthy lifestyle, by the way, to just make MMOs a healthy addition to your life, not all consuming.
yeah,
But
it's hard though. It's
it
hard.
is. It really is because, like you say, now that you're back in the game, it's just hard to even find a purpose to play. It's like
Yeah,
if
like
I,
I've
yeah, I don't know.
I just went to log in 2 times and like my authenticator was on. My phone was in the other room. I didn't even want to log in. Like put it in too much work.
Oh god. So was it difficult when you first decided to stop going for 200 mil all? Was it difficult at all like the next few days to just like not log in or was it really easy?
It snapped like once I'm snapped from something or commit to something, I could just like move on, I guess. But moving like the last week or something, like when I would just log in and cut redwoods for a couple hours or something, it was hard because I put fucking tw- I think over 1,000 days time in there, and that was always my goal for like the past 4 years. So it was a little bit of a back and forth, but eventually it just, I don't know. There's more to. I was just like existing, I guess. Life's too short to sit in the goddamn computer all day, every day, and not get anything done. At least for my opinion.
I wonder if age has to do something with it, because I think of my own RS career, and I was so addicted to this game, like everything, all consuming. Obviously, I didn't play the same way as you, but it was
Mhm.
still one of those games where I just wanted to put all my time into, and even into streaming. Now, after like a couple years of streaming, it started becoming more of a stream thing to do rather than just play the game for pure enjoyment and addiction. And I wonder if it was just age that caught up with me that, you just, I don't know. I came to the same conclusion as you, sort of like life really is too short. And like, especially when you start having a vision of who you want to be when you're older, I guess, at least for me, this is the way I took it, was in my 30s. Like, I'm just imagining, like, in my late 30s or something, who am I going to be if I keep just playing this game for, 9
Yeah.
hours a day? Just,
Uh-huh.
I don't know. So
And
that
streaming in general's
it's
it's
risky.
yeah, it's not like you can't plan long term, I guess, because you could every stream, like honestly, I'd wake up and turn on the stream and be like, oh, today's the day, no one's gonna show up. It's the last stream and shit. Like it just seems like at any time you could
Yeah.
just drop off, and then everything you invested just kind of was all not worth it, I guess.
Yeah, and even hearing like of people just randomly getting banned from Twitch for something that was like out of their control and just losing everything in an instant,
Uh,
basically. Like obviously if you have a big enough community, you can just move on to some other site, but that's always been sort of a fear, just putting all your eggs into one basket, which I did. Yeah, I literally
mm,
quit everything in my life to start streaming.
same.
But
Well,
not
I
like
mean,
I
I
had
wasn't
much
doing
going
it.
on in the first place,
Yeah,
but
same. Yep. That's why streaming is great too, because I always just had shitty jobs like cooking mostly and
Walmart.
pushing carts and while you have Walmart stuff like that. So the fact that I could just like play the game I loved and just fuck
Yeah.
around with people and get money was it's like it's this country's great, this world's great, man.
I
Shit's insane.
know. I know, dude.
But that's why I'd always put so much effort into, I guess, because like the amount of effort I put in all these other shitty jobs for less, like same amount of pay, I guess, less recognition, all that stress. It's a good, it's a cool thing streaming especially if you could make it. It's just hard doing it on the verge of like making it not, I guess.
Yeah, and the worst part is like streaming and then getting to a point where you're not even enjoying it anymore, because we both started streaming just with the pure enjoyment of the game and just hanging out with
Uh-huh.
people. And when you stop, I don't know, when you start losing that whole thing of just having fun every day and you're like, "Damn, I have to go live today." And you're just staring at your OBS like
Yeah,
live time.
yeah,
You're like,
yeah.
"Can I end now?" It's not
Uh-huh.
good.
Yeah, and then getting worked up on the numbers too, like how
Uh,
long you stream for, how many
yeah.
viewers, all that stuff. Just
Yeah.
we probably just sound like pussies complaining, like these
I
fucking
know.
privileged fuckers.
I
But
know.
like,
No, that's
but yeah,
how.
like this,
Go
it's
ahead.
stressful. The job that I have now, right now, is way less stressful than streaming, and it's I guess running your own business is just a hard thing, and staying motivated as well.
Yeah. No, you're totally right. There's been so many casts where I've had creators on and we just bitch about streaming. We're like, we are way too fucking
Yeah.
lucky to be complaining about this.
But
Um,
you have to put in a lot of work too to get. Like I got lucky as fuck. You probably did too. There's people who like stream for years and
mhm.
years who don't get like as much as far as we've gotten, which is insane to think about. I don't see what's so special about me or like anybody, I guess. I always viewed streamers as like people like robots or something, but we're just normal people, I guess.
No, I saw it the same way. And Yeah, I don't know. You're right though. It's streaming is not just all easy stuff, especially starting out. And like you said, there's streamers that stream for literal years and don't even get above 10 viewers on average. Like you have, I don't know. There's obviously an element of luck. There's an element of like trying different things. If something's not working, you got to change something. But like for me, initially the first 3 months of streaming, I think I averaged like 5 viewers for literally
Mhm.
3 months. Like any sane person would have just quit, been like, okay,
Yeah,
this is fucking stupid. But I was just
yeah.
like so set on just like I like RuneScape and I don't want this dream to like just fade away. Because I also, in my mind, was like, you really have one shot of streaming. That's not true necessarily, but in my
Yeah,
mind, I was like, I got one shot, and if I quit after 3 months and then come back a year later, people that did watch me, like, they're just gonna be like, oh, this guy's just gonna, quit again. Like, it's not worth the investment to like, I don't know, support him. I guess that's how I saw it.
Yeah, but if you just it sounds cheesy, but if you just put all your energy into something, it usually works out pretty well. If you
Hmm.
every day, all day, like obsess over it and tweak it, usually works out decently.
Yeah. Okay, so I have a few questions on. I guess we'll just sort of talk about your whole stream journey. If you have anything like to add, like the good times and stuff, just or maybe
Uh-huh.
even advice for people that are getting into streaming, because like you said, like
Yes.
you started and just kind of like instant success, not to like the level of like some crazy big streamers, but you really just boom
Uh-huh.
started. So what was the whole streaming journey like from the beginning?
Yeah, starting I would watch streamers all the time. Shout out or not shout out, but Safira, he was one of my the main streams I would watch. I don't know if I could shout him out anymore, but I'd watch him a lot, and I would talk about like wanting to stream. He would always just say, "Just do it, why not?"
Yeah.
And then one day I just decided, yeah, why not? Like I'm sitting on Twitch and playing the game all day, every day anyway, so figured I'd throw it on. I started off just streaming like I guess most of the other streamers are like just playing the game and then occasionally responding to the chat in the background. And then I slowly got like more comfortable. At first, it's really uncomfortable streaming and just talking to nothing and having a camera on you and all that. But more comfortable I got, I just start throwing more jokes out. And then the main turning point, I guess, was Erd Elite, man. You know Erd Elite?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, yeah, big name in the Twitch community of RuneScape. He's a big donator, a lot of people though, but he watched my stream one night and then I started doing like weird shit like eating strings from hats and putting in a little more of like a show and he started donating a lot and then I was like, damn, so if I just like actually put in a little effort to put on a show, people will like pay me and
They'll just
then ever
eat more
since then,
hats. They just
yeah,
eat
so
more
ever
paper
since then,
towels.
yeah, the paper towels too. Good times, man. So many fucking gimmicks.
Yeah.
But yeah, just realized I guess putting in more effort, people, I don't know, respect it or liked it or whatever. So
Yeah,
then I just started adding to the character and doing more bullshit.
that's funny. Yeah, there were so many goddamn gimmicks. I think one of the best ones, just for I don't know, nostalgia's sake, was you just making up random songs about Coxie and
Yeah,
just
yo,
just just this pure stupidity and the pure just genius of it though, like just random songs you just make up on the spot.
yeah. I've always been quick witted, I guess, but I always feel like I can just make shit up on the spot. But it was funny shit, man. Especially the Coxie Flame. I always liked the letting grandma out gimmick. That was one of the good ones.
Oh god. Okay, so what is the weed shop like? Is that oh, also congrats on the raise. I heard like, unlike
Yes.
unlike Amazon,
Yeah.
they'll
I
never.
didn't even mean. Is that what? I didn't mean that tweet like that, but I got a lot of likes. I think that's what people thought. I'll take the fucking likes though. But yeah, it's fun. I haven't like said exactly what I do, but it's
Mhm.
pretty obvious. So I'll like talk about it. I just sell weed, man. Pretty much. It's good job. It's pretty much like Twitch kind of. I just fuck around with people. same thing I do with streaming, just like treat everyone like my friend and just get to talk about weed all day, and then they tip me and works pretty good, man. It's a good job though overall. It's fun using using my brain to do shit, I guess, instead of manual labor. But I really
Yeah,
enjoy
yeah,
it.
for sure. Actually, like talking with people all day instead of just being a robot.
Yeah. It's just like going to Twitch, or it's like how the streams used to be. I just go to work and fuck around all day and have to ring up some shit or whatever. But it's really fun, and there's good future. Everyone in the company likes me. I'm moving up fast. I just like staying busy there, so they like me. It's been good though. Really good getting like appreciated at a job.
Yeah, that's awesome, and definitely deserved. I can only imagine like how much fun it is just for your customers. Just to, I don't know, I mean, shit, if I were to go to a weed shop and see Fatty C there, that'd be
Yeah,
fucking awesome.
yeah, yeah. I like it. That's why they like me there too. Because I just like bring up the mood for everyone. Usually, I just like to spread some smiles. That's all I want. It's just to make people happy.
Hell yeah. Okay, I want to ask about your favorite stream memory. And you know what? We'll also just throw in least favorite. I know that's probably a lot tougher to fucking come up with, but
Favorite stream memory. Damn. Oh, 100%. The charity stream was my favorite. Just the fact that I'm just some idiot, man, who just streams and got to raise I think we made like $3,000 for a charity organization for gamer outreach, I think it was called. But
mhm.
just the fact that I could use my platform to do something like that for a charity like that was just great. And then it was just fun, the whole experience too, doing all the I would every certain amount of people donated, they could pick what skill I would train in what way for like 30 minutes or something. So people would have me fishing trout or doing whatever. That was by far my favorite memory streaming. It'll probably always will be unless I do another one.
Hell yeah. And least favorite. The only thing I can imagine with least favorite is maybe one of your drunk streams, but you have to tell me.
Those were fun. Lee, you pissed. I saw. All right, well, I'm jumping ahead on the
Yeah,
questions. I saw Ridgewood ask this. You know exactly what the fuck was that, bro? We did. I used to do VM, and Sae Bae joined one day, and I don't know if he was trolling or just never did VM before, but that was one of my. That pissed me off, man. What was up with that?
I still think back to that day. I must have been fucking high as hell, just like actually fucking around. And I swear to God, I was having a good time just fucking trolling. But I really thought I knew how to do VM. I had done it like maybe like 3 separate times. I had no fucking idea what I was doing, literally. So
Yeah, but least favorite probably Sepulcher learning was fucking. That shit was rough doing that on stream.
yeah, and then he got pretty good at it. I was I don't know
Yeah, we
what.
got decent.
Yeah. Well, at least you don't need to go for 200 mil now in it.
I never really had any too bad stream memories. Honestly, it was always just fun. I'm trying to think of like one negative experience, but I mean, there'd be days where people in the chat piss you off,
Like
but nothing
Waldron.
crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, fucker. I
Any
saw
stream
that he got
Waldron's
his.
in, just worst stream.
Yeah, I saw he got his ass beat on his Twitter. Someone got lucky that night, man. Tell you what.
What the fuck? I didn't see that.
Yeah, check it. You can see it. Someone looks like they beat him up on New Year's. All right, prayers for Waldron.
Oh my god. Okay. You know what? Speaking of Twitter topics, then you pulled up the Ridge one. I'm seeing one by one Bill. You know, I really don't want to give him the credit, but we'll just give him it. So
Shout out One Bill, man. He's a good dude. He's been
he
around
is.
forever.
One Bill is just one of those. Okay, you know when I first met One Bill, I actually found his stream, and he seemed like the most like polite, just like
Uh-huh.
chill dude ever that would never
Chilling
like hurt a
Zolra.
fly. And then he just literally turned into the personality of Waldron, like all of a sudden.
He's a cool dude. What did he ask, man? I guess I'll
All
answer his
right,
question.
we'll just go through all of them. If you can just say I don't want to answer that one or not
Yeah,
do
yeah,
that.
of
So
course.
he asks, "Yo, I was wondering if Ian could bark to my dogs because it's also listening in right now."
Yeah, yeah. There you go.
All right, fave content. What is your fave content in the game? or at least what used to be. I don't fucking know. Is it still? You tell me.
Yeah, I guess I used to like. I don't think I liked anything, man. I guess Slayer. Like looking back, I would just like do the skills, and they were all just like equally, just existence. I guess Slayer was fun though at the start for like 100 mil XP.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. What about Vorkath? Did you enjoy that?
Yeah, Vorkath was pretty. It was all just like background. I don't know. Like I would just click and fuck around with people. It was all just like the same thing, I guess. Vorkath was shitty too, though. I mean, I would die there and get pissed off. I like VM. VM was always the place where I go to clear my head, just AFK. Except when you fucking join.
Anytime I'd see you stream VM at that point, I was like, I better just like stay away from this stream in particular. I don't want to bring any PTSD.
Yeah, it was no big deal. I used to, All
right,
next question.
Yeah. Okay. Top 3 funniest things happening while starting up streaming.
Ooh. I guess my grandparents asking who I'm talking to all the time and stuff like that. They just, I had to explain streaming to my grandparents like 10 times that people would type to me in the chat, and then they would hear me talk, but they would always ask me if they were talking back to me and stuff, and then they were wondering how I made money off of it, and I explained that like people donate and subscribe, and they never understood, I guess.
Dude, I need to actually ask about that. Like, what was it like actually getting a livable paycheck and being able to like explain that to Mima and Papa? Like,
it was hard. It was hard at first, I guess. They didn't understand for a while, like until, because even when I started, I never didn't get a Twitch check, so I'd always get at least, I forget what the minimum payout was, like $100, but for a while I just had to like keep saying, oh, I'm just trying this out, see if it works out, and I just kept steadily growing every month. So they ended up just letting me try it out. They would still send me like job listings all the time, even when I was like at the peak. They would be sending me job stuff.
Here's a Walmart cart pusher application to get that.
It's just a different generation though. They didn't really understand, but they like somewhat get it now, I guess, since it's more, they probably see it on Fox News more and shit. So they get it.
God damn it. Yeah.
But yeah, that was one.
That's one of them.
What was the worst memories? Or
what was the worst one? You literally just said it.
Oh yeah, what would he ask? Top 3 favorite memories.
Top 3 funniest.
Funniest. That was one. I guess Paul walking in and waving on the camera was a good one at the start. There's a clip of him doing that. And I don't know. I can't think of anything specific. I guess the Curtis raid, my second day of streaming, was pretty wild. Not really funny, but
yeah, that was back in the cute Fat Clouds days where you're just like being the robot streamer, just doing what you've been told.
I guess Sly Level's bitch ass, bro. That was kind of funny. Not to give him props, but I can't. I'll never do a call-in again. That's all I'm saying.
All right, fave pet.
Oh, like in game?
Yeah, let's do that.
Probably the bloat, or probably the bloat. Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Relatable, man. Big dude.
It's a cool pet.
Wobbly. Yeah. That one or Kriara.
Oh yeah, dude, I fucking spooned Kriara. That was a great feeling. I remember you getting it back in like Iron Clan days. I think that's when you had it. And
good old days, man.
Those were good days. Dude, can I just share one memory of Iron Clan days?
Yeah, of course, man.
This was, so for those listening, Iron Clan was a clan that was somewhat, I don't know, it was just like a newbie Iron Man clan, you know? It was just like, well, newbie might be a little bit disrespectful, but it wasn't like for, I don't know, just it's more of a casual clan, you know what I mean? But me and Fat Clouds was in it first, and then I joined on my new Iron Man, which is this account now. But after I got permanently banned on the other one, it just was like, yeah. But we did a mining comp, and this was back in the day where I didn't even understand what tick manipulation was or anything. And so we were in all clan event, and I just remember like being rank 1 for the time after like the first like 2 days, and all I was doing is like mining iron in the mining guild. And then Fat Clouds all of a sudden just comes out of fucking nowhere and just starts 3-ticking granite and just gets the whole, I don't know what it was, like a 2-week record or whatever like that. And that's when I knew Fat Clouds was a true gamer. And then I swear, when you started streaming, it was like I had this vision of you just being like one of the sweatiest gamers ever because you 3-ticked granite, and back then it was just like the most crazy thing. Like, why would the fuck would you ever do that? And then I realized like, no, you just wanted to fucking beat me, bitch. No.
Good times, man. Shitty Iron Clan though. Good. We in Wago. I don't know if you remember him. I just made an iron one day, and we were just like joining random CCs and looked up Iron Clan, and then that's how we found it and joined it. We're there for like a couple years.
Yeah. That honestly,
Iron Clan.
Yeah, that was a good clan. I really enjoyed it actually. And then I got elitist, and I was like, I can't. I need to be surrounded by people that are taking the game more seriously. And look how that.
Yeah, they just don't. No one talks in the like other clans.
It's such a different environment. I haven't been in a clan. Like I had my own clan going for a couple months, and then I just realized like I'm just like the worst clan leader ever. I just don't take this stuff. Like, I don't know. But being clanless, I'm not gonna lie. It feels like obviously it's kind of nice because you don't have to deal with people's bullshit and like the weirdos, that inevitably are in every CC. But at the same time, it is a bit lonely. Just being like, damn, I don't know. Something is nice about just being a part of a clan and just
join the Scran clan, bro. It's the #1 up and coming Iron Man clan right now.
Scran?
Yeah, Wizards clan.
Oh, it's Scran.
Shout out Wizard too, bro. Wizard's the boy.
Wizard's a fucking gamer. That dude is mining.
He's a genuine dude too. I like I can tell when people are like just being themselves. He's always just shout out Wizard, man. Good dude.
Yeah, for real. Okay, his last question is, can someone ban Waldron forever on Twitch, please?
Yes, that'd be perfect. I haven't seen Waldron in a while.
I know, me neither. He hasn't been in my stream forever. Not like I've even streamed like a normal stream in months, but
hopefully he just leaves.
Yeah. Okay, so Prison Joe, I gotta give a shout out to Prison Joe.
Shout out Joseph. Congrats to him on full-time streaming, man.
Oh yeah, what are your thoughts on that? Him going?
That's crazy. That's crazy. I used to hang out with him off stream. I just never thought he'd quit his the career that he was in. I don't know if he's like public with it. It's pretty obvious, but that's it's wild. I wish the best for him though. I hope that works out. It seems like he's always has a really good supportive community, so he's a funny guy.
Yeah, and you just know, like, no matter what happens with him, he'll be fine. Like, he's got a screwed on head. Like, he'll be totally fine, whatever happens. But I think that's a really cool leap to take. And his stream has always just been progressively growing. And now he has a YouTube, and he, like, is trying to do some IRL stuff. I just had him on the cast, like, was it 2 times? Or maybe it was just the last cast I had him on.
And he's in the stream team too. That's always good. The or staying with the groups. I always like doing my. Anyway, what would Joe ask?
He asks, what aspects of transitioning into a full-time job have changed your life the most?
Ooh. I guess just having something to do, or is different, like. That's a hard question. What did he say again?
What aspects of transitioning into full-time job have changed your life the most? It is kind of a broad question.
I guess I'm just like overall more active and healthy now from not sitting on the chair all day. That's kind of a hard question for me to answer. Maybe I'm too brain dead.
So let me expand on it.
Yes.
Are you more happy now just based off of like jobs, I guess? Not the whole like XP mentality and stuff, but just simply like streaming and having an actual secure job? What has brought you more happiness?
But yeah, I feel happier now for sure. Just knowing that I'll get a paycheck and everything, and also just interacting with humans again and being out in public and stuff was a lot nicer, not being cooped up all day. I'm definitely a lot happier with the job right now, and like having not like more of a physical purpose, I guess, because I know my purpose is like to make people laugh, but seeing it, I guess, in person instead of just like in the chat's cooler too.
Mm-hmm. By the way, do you still have, or actually, I'm not going to ask that yet.
All
Let's
right, yeah.
move on to a second question. He
Go
asked,
ahead.
plans for variety content or a set stream schedule. Is that in the works?
Yeah, that would in a perfect world that would I'd love to have a stream schedule and everything again. My job right now is I have different hours every week and stuff. So for now, I just will stream whenever I can, I guess, whenever I'm not too tired and happy, I guess, and want to like stream. I would love to get back into a schedule though and actually get consistent, but for now I'm just going to keep focusing more IRL and getting like back in exercise habits and blah blah blah. But I do definitely want to get somewhat of a schedule again sometime.
Yeah, it's funny how that, like, we both never had a schedule. I've been streaming for 4 years now. I've just never had a schedule. Like,
Yeah.
what is wrong with me?
Yeah, I had one for like a couple months. I liked it though. It was nice, like getting forced to kind of do it, even though I didn't end up working out, obviously. But it's it's hard,
No,
you
you're
know
right
what it
though.
is. It's hard to like get yourself in your own routine streaming with like being personality streamer and stuff, and that's all RuneScape is really is like personality
Hmm.
streaming, unless you're like in the top PVMers or whatever.
Yeah, I realized for me, the few times I did set up a stream schedule that would last like a couple weeks, it was always nice initially, and then I would have a scheduled day off, but the scheduled day off would be the day I want to stream the most. I'd be
Uh
like,
huh.
oh, I want to stream today. So then I'd stream that day, and then the next day I would have a scheduled stream, and I just would skip that day because I was like, oh, I streamed yesterday. And then at that point, it's just over.
Yep,
Like, that
it only
stream
takes one
schedule's
little
over.
one little slip up. And,
Yeah, it's not great. But I do I don't know, at least in my mind, just thinking for next or this year, moving to Oregon and just having a schedule that like really works for me.
uh
Cause
huh.
I don't know if it ever happened to you. Definitely happened to me over the past few months of just like I don't know, being stuck in the traditional RuneScape stream, which happens to people. I don't know if it ever really happened to you. You seem to be like that kind of person that if you wanted to do a gimmick or you wanted to do something, you just do it. You wouldn't, I don't know.
Yeah.
But for me, it was like tough. I almost needed like an example of somebody doing something different for me to sort of like follow suit, not like copy, but just be like, oh, this is a possibility with streaming because
Yeah. Because all the
yeah.
RuneScape streams are the same. It's hard to do something unique too, and
Hmm.
like make it work out. But the skilling streams are good. And doesn't Twitch? I quit streaming before all this. Don't you get like good ad money now, or like the ad
You
incentives?
do. It's actually insane. And what I think the best part about it, well, first of all, the ad revenue incentives are definitely a lot better in the like summer and fall because like around this time they just pay you like nothing because no advertisers want to pay as much. I don't know why,
Yeah. Uh huh.
but um, yeah, it was really what is the most beneficial part of the ad revenue incentive. And for those that don't know what that is, it's basically Twitch is now finally paying their creators like something reasonable with ad revenue instead of literally jacking like 99% of it and giving you like pennies every month.
Yeah.
But what's the best part about it is those content creators that really don't get as much like gifted subs and bits and support like that, but still have a really entertaining stream where they're doing like high level PVM, for example. Those are always the streams I think of as like a streamer that pulls 300, 400 viewers, but has a lower sub count than they do
Uh huh.
average viewers. But now because they're pulling 400 viewers, they actually have a stable income and they don't have to rely on just having some oil
That's
prints. donate.
That's good too, because you don't have to worry about sellout streams as much and uh getting sub counts. I guess I'd rather run the ads or have a streamer run ads than like do a
Baiting.
bunch of
Yeah.
yeah,
Just
yeah.
over and over. No, that's how
Yeah,
I
which
felt. That was. Yeah, go ahead.
mhm. I never did, and I streamed for like 3 years. I never even did a sellout stream. I did like two sponsored streams ever, the HelloFresh and the Raid, but I just I don't know, money for me, I guess I live at home so I don't have as many bills as you, but
Hmm.
money's never been a main thing in my life, I guess. I just you money comes and goes, I guess.
Yeah. Yeah.
But the fact that's a lot cooler though. You can just run ads instead of having to do all kinds of weird shit and sponsors and
It's
stuff.
much better. It's really much
Hmm.
better, and it just makes you realize no matter what, if I don't get some random person that's going to be extremely generous this month or a few people, I don't need to like worry at the end of the month like I got to do some fucking subathon or something.
Yeah, that sounds nice, man. If I ever make the return, bro,
Yeah.
that's a lot less stressful than having to worry about the sub count every month and all that.
Yeah, it is nice. I will say as well, speaking of like that sort of stress you get, it really I wasn't ever really stressed about money even when I was making like nothing, like next to nothing the first year. Just like
Mm.
maybe I'd get a payout of like, $200 or something for the month. Like I obviously not optimal, but I felt like the most stress came from actually having some good peaks and then like having a few months where like you just don't do as well. Like that was what really hurt. Even though I was making a lot more than I was the first year, it's just that sign or just the feeling of like you're not progressing, even though
Mm.
you are, but it's just like money wise, you're not. It's like a bad feeling, especially when you do make it full
Yeah,
time.
it's hard. I mean, we keep talking about it like we're pussies or something, but
Hmm.
it's a weird one. I just feel a lot less stressed now having income where I know, I guess, what I'll get every month.
Okay, here's a topic from ye old Dab Saget. Shout out Dab
Oh,
Saget.
shout out, great guy, man, great guy.
All right, he has three questions, but they're all labeled one, so three
All
blank
right,
questions.
yeah, yeah, all right.
He asks, "Where do you see yourself, RuneScape, and your relationship with RuneScape in 5 years?" I like that.
Ooh, 5 years, man. I'm hoping to have a house. That's what I've been working towards, pretty much. So once I like get a house, I will be will be happy. I feel like once I get a house, I'll maybe cut back the hours at work and try to stream a little bit more. So hopefully that, and then with RuneScape, I don't even know. I may, I don't know. I just have no interest right now in RuneScape really at all. I may just log in once in a while and do some like clue scrolls or fuck around, but I don't see myself like playing it too much. I guess, especially not anything compared to what I used to.
Hmm. Where do you
But
see RuneScape in general in 5 years?
yeah, RuneScape, and I mean, shit, I would say dead, but you would ask me that 5 years ago, same thing. I don't know. I feel like it's just. I feel like it's dying. I don't know if it's because I left. I just feel like the game's dying, but I
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know. I don't like. It just seems like it's going towards the old RS3, just adding a bunch of updates. But it like has to. It's a weird the game's in a weird position, man. I don't know.
It's just impossible to keep every single person satisfied for a decade with one
Yeah.
game. And like you say, like, yeah, I think there is an overall sense of a little bit of burnout. Again, this I need to just preface this by saying this is not everybody. There's a lot of casual gamers that are having the time of their lives right now, but the
Uh
people
huh.
that have invested tens of thousands of hours is a little bit different. But the other problem with old school is, and just RuneScape in general, is that you don't see a new generation coming in.
For definitely not.
So you
Like the
just,
only
yeah,
yeah no like newer generation games you put the hours that we put into this game in. So
yeah.
it's just like how long can it ride the nostalgia from all of us who like played back in the day?
It is a weird thought. I wonder what Jagex thinks about it, like knowing that there's not just like 15-year-olds playing this and they're gonna have another whole generation of 20-year-olds in the next decade playing this, because seriously, I think this game's going to die out with our generation. As doomer as that sounds, like that's... Dude, I mean,
that's all who plays it, right? There's no like new younger people playing, like new younger streamers. Like who's the youngest RuneScape streamer? Probably like 20s.
Yeah, I don't know. It's actually very, very surprising when you hear anybody that's under 20 playing this game. It's like, what? Like, what are you doing? Like, just trying to fit in or something? No, but something that's actually interesting, and I know this isn't like facts, I guess, but according to my own analytics on YouTube, at least, of my audience, literally every year the category just shifts a little bit. So there's like a category of like people from like 18 to 24, and then like 25 to 34 or whatever. And literally the percentage was actually higher in the 18 to 24 like 2 years ago than it is now. Like literally everybody's just moving on. And so like 70% of the people now are like in their 25 to 34 now. And I'm just like, I don't know.
I mean, it'll probably be here in 5 years, still thriving, I guess. I have no idea.
Yeah, we'll see. Okay. His second question is, first video game you remember playing or any early gaming memories?
Oh, I got a couple. Excuse me, I'm a little sick. I remember my dad was always a gamer. He always had like we had a Dreamcast, was one of the first things he had. We would always play this like demo disc of this water world game. You'd build like, there'd be a flat ground and you'd build like divots in it, and then they would dump a bunch of water and you tried to fill the water in the holes. I put a lot of hours into that game though. That one was fun. And then my dad, he had a 64 too. He was playing Zelda Ocarina of Time. He was playing it for like months and got to the final boss, and then I accidentally erased his game, and he fucking was really pissed off after playing it for like months and months. And then earliest RuneScape memory, I remember my friend Kyle came over. He hangs out in the stream, or did when I was streaming. He just randomly found the stream one day though, and he's the one who showed me RuneScape though. But he came over and was one item DDS PKing on, and it was in like Edgeville Wilderness by the by that temple with all the monks, all the way to or that wasn't even Edgeville, all the way by like Fally or whatever. Do you know what I'm talking about?
Yep.
He was one iteming there though, and our internet was so laggy. Like the protect item took like 10 seconds to put on, and he lost his DDS and got pissed off. And that was the first time I played RuneScape. And then I have a long fucking history with RuneScape. I pretty much played it ever since 2006, all the way to the EOC came out, and then I came back in old school.
What is the most or the second most hours you've put into a video game? Obviously, RuneScape being number one.
I used to play a lot of Borderlands. I put a lot of time into that. And like Skyrim and Fallout back. I always lived in the woods. We could never get good internet, so we either had dial up or satellite. So I never was able to play Xbox Live or anything. So I'd have to get those games pretty much so you could just play for a lot of hours. So put a lot into Skyrim and Borderlands and Fallout, games like that, Zelda games.
What are your thoughts on like video games in general now that you've burnt out of RuneScape? Is it just, do all video games feel a little bit worse now, just like pointless?
No, honestly,
or do you still enjoy gaming?
Yeah, gaming's still fun. I have more fun playing other games, I guess. Like I never realized playing other games is kind of fun. Like you actually have fun enjoying it. Like I like playing Overwatch and golf with friends with the boys and Valheim and stuff. But I still enjoy gaming. I just don't. I'll play maybe a couple hours a day for a game. But it was cool playing other games. Actually, they're more fun than RuneScape. RuneScape's like pretty repetitive, I guess.
Yeah. All right. Dab Saget's final question is, where do you get all of your gimmicks from? Is
My
it from
brain,
drugs?
bro.
Is it from drugs, to be honest?
Maybe the weed helps. My brain is just like a goddamn. I can't explain it. Just nonstop thoughts, probably the bad anxiety. So I just literally just my whole life I've been quick witted. Just obviously soak up shit I've listened to like on TV and everything, and then I just always I don't know how I come up with the shit. It's like a different person on the streams and the gimmicks and shit, just on the fly. I don't even know.
This is a random thought, but like, is it weird being on the other side now of RuneScape competition where like you see when you were in the game, you know, like super addicted and you see somebody burn out, you're like, you fucking burn out. But now you're on that side and you're just like, oh shit, I know exactly what it's like now.
Yeah, and it is weird. And like I watch Wizard all the time too, like playing all the time, and it's hard for me to think like I was doing the same shit. It's just weird. Weird how shit changes.
Yep. And you know, I think we both kind of probably shared this own view at some point of just this game. I don't know. You just get so obsessed with it, and you can't even see yourself not playing it until you get like your crazy goal done. I remember setting that goal of, you know what? I think about it now, and maybe at the time I really was serious because just like you going for 200 mil all, at some point it truly was like a serious grind that you were going for. But for me, like 500,000 Sarachnids.
Yeah, I was always the same way too. I guess when you play the game as much as we do, and you plan to invest all the time in the long-term goals, I just like we shoot for the stars with the goals or something because that's all we think we're gonna be doing forever. I always would set way too high goals too, like XP goals and stuff, and just burn out.
Okay, DBV Orange has got a few, or I guess he's just got one main topic, but he's got a few bullet points with it. So he asks, Fatty C, order the following RS play styles from least enjoyable to most enjoyable. Oh God, so there's like 7 he's listing here. Collection / completion, PvP, skilling, pet hunting / PVM, speed running, trophy restricted account gaming, or snowflakes probably, and providing services.
Services is one, bro. I never realized how much they're cashing out. Like the BA service people, fucking crazy, bro. Dude, that's number one.
Those people that sell capes, they make so much money. It's ridiculous, dude.
Like how much is the cape? Roughly,
it's like a few $100. Like a few hundred, and it takes people an hour to do.
That shit's all fucked too.
I know. All right, what about the other orders?
Yeah. All right, so that one first, I guess. Collection log's kind of fun, man. Seeing the pop-ups come up, that shit's pretty fun, bro.
It's kind of addictive.
That's probably second. PvP though is also. I used to. I obviously don't PK anymore, but before I made this iron like 2 years or something into old school, but everything before that was just me making pures and PKing. So I was always a big PvP fan. That's probably the funnest though if you enjoy that style, I guess.
If you're actually good at it too.
That would make it more fun. Nowadays you can't even, if you're bad, like how do you even PK? Everyone's been doing it for so long. Back in the day, everyone was just like shitters. Yeah, pet or PvP, I guess. Skilling, probably second last. Pet hunting before that. And then the snowflake shit just sounds awful. I don't know why people like that. Maybe it's fun. Maybe I'll have to try it.
You know what? I don't know if you're even up to date at all with like Winter Summit and stuff, the things that were announced.
Some of it. So what's a...
One of the things that was announced that actually failed the poll was this idea of like making a restricted account, but making it so it's easier to do. So you could set up like a 10 HP account, and anytime you gain HP, you just wouldn't gain anything. So you could just train Slayer normally and have 99 Slayer and 10 HP without having to use a cannon and things like that.
Yeah, I did see that. That's stupid. What's the point of a restricted account? Yeah, I don't... That's good. And didn't they say they're gonna like bring it up again or something though?
Probably. I mean, they definitely want it. And to be honest, I don't really have many thoughts, especially like the more I play this game and the more I'm just like still playing. I just realized like just let people have their fucking fun. So if people want to do it, like just go for it. But I'm not gonna lie, it would be sort of interesting if they did come out with that in a different man. I don't know what they would do to. I don't know, but something like that kind of sounds fun. Of just having a restricted account that just can stay that way. But then again, I'm not going to touch it. So I guess the idea of it's kind of cool in my head, but I would never do it.
It's like a YouTuber, like people like watching the settled videos. They're like, oh, I want to do that, but I don't want to put in the same effort. So they just like nerf
you
the
just
HP.
think about it. It's like the thought of it's cool, but nobody's actually going to do it. What are your thoughts? I know you don't probably care as much at all, but what are your thoughts on a new skill?
New skill? I mean, I would. I don't like how they pull like get a new skill and then they don't pull what the skill is going to be. I guess.
Mm-hmm.
Like a new skill, I don't really care about as long as it's something that's kind of fun. But I'm still, I guess, on the fence, I guess, about a new skill, even though I don't play. I'm still a fucking, I don't know. I still don't like it, I guess.
Yeah, I wonder. I don't know. I'm gonna be honest. If they did come out with a new skill, which they are planning on doing it, I don't know what it's gonna be, but like, dude, it is gonna be such a train wreck. Initially, now I'm excited for it, but it's gonna be a train wreck because everybody like there's like 30,000 max players now, and just not being able to use a Maxscape for months potentially.
Yeah, that's gonna be
horrible.
Yeah, I guess we'll see. It'll be cool seeing who gets 200 mil all first again. I guess.
Yeah, there have been people talking. Here, let me actually. I want to hear your thoughts on this because I think you'd care a little bit more than the average player. But like, there's been discussion on like almost taking a screenshot of what the old high scores were just for like record's sake. And I've also heard like some people that have gotten 200 mil all trying to get something where like the high scores stay the same for a few months or something like that. Where like people that got what? Do you have any thoughts on any of that? Or do you think it should just be as it is and just like it's full reset? Like just.
I mean, someone could just save the screenshot. I feel like if they add a new skill, they probably should just not. They should probably just move on, or you know.
Yeah. See, those are my thoughts, but I try to be very open-minded and just understand, like, okay, there are people that really did dedicate 7 years of their life to get 200 mil all, and then it's all taken.
It's a hard one.
I know it is.
The game's just weird because you're not supposed to. They never designed it for that, but obviously people put their goddamn lives into the game for that long.
Yeah, and
it's weird, man.
This is one of my arguments for it because I'm really trying to just look at both sides. And be like, okay, for those that are adamantly against or adamantly for the notion of making it so that all the high scores reset, like, why do they care? Because most of those people that would be in that boat are don't even go for ranks in the first place. They just want to see like the HLC just fucking suffer at any cost. But at the same time, on the other end, there are people that are close to 200 mil all that would like to see a shakeup of things and actually be able to, get top page if they cared to. Like, I think of Iron Higer. Like, dude, if Iron Higer fucking went hard, he could probably secure. Yeah.
I think they could just throw another legacy high score or something, honestly. Yeah. I don't see the big deal. They already have fucking 50 high scores anyway.
It's such a mess. Group highs. Have you seen the group Ironman high scores?
No, what is there's like group hardcore, prestige, unranked.
It is the biggest mess you've ever seen. Like, it is literally such a pain to look at. It's not friendly at all. Like, whoever designed that shit, I'm sorry if this comes across as rude, but like that is just did not do it.
What do they do all? Isn't there like 50 mods, man? What do they do all day?
I don't know. We're working on forestry.
What's that?
That's the new wood cutting thing coming out. I don't really know.
Top?
It's not woodcutting Todd because you can actually do it everywhere. Like wherever there's trees, you can just start doing forestry, which is like I am not fully in the loop, but it's basically like a social way to woodcut where like you can chop the same trees and you're not going to get punished for having other people around you.
So like bonfires back in the day, I guess.
Yeah, I never did that, but it's probably similar where like and you can also light fires and that like helps your boosts or something, the thing that we vowed to never bring into this game, but that's going to be coming in.
Wood cutting though, it doesn't need fucking people just chill at redwoods anyway.
Yeah, that is part of the reason why they're introducing it is because literally all wood cutting is just get to redwoods as fast as possible and then just AFK for the rest of your life.
Yeah, I guess at least they're trying to make the skills more
interesting.
Variety, yeah, interesting, more variety or whatever.
Okay, let's see. A new area wants to know, when will we get another pool stream? Do you have a pool where you live right now?
No pool, man. But we'll have to do something like that. Some IRL stream, go to the beach or something when it gets warm. No pool though. I'm out of Florida. We're in Michigan now. That was fun though. The pool streams.
So you mentioned saving up to get a house. Are you going to be living where you are currently?
Probably same state. I never thought about going elsewhere though, but I'd like to stay relatively in the area I'm in, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
Just because I have my job out here, but I mean, I could get a job anywhere.
Shit, you should come to Oregon, dude.
Yeah, come to Oregon. Shit.
All right. Let's see. Courts. Okay. Well, you know what? We'll just cover this because there's multiple things. Courts asks, how does it feel assaulting an innocent fast food worker?
Yeah, I never did. There was a clip of me ordering fast food. People said I lunged at an employee. No comment.
All right. DKU asks, favorite grind achieved. Was there a crazy achievement that, you know, when you were super into the game that you really thought was a proud accomplishment, I guess?
Probably 20K Vorkath. That was a big one. And then
Vorkath I don't know, I never got busted, I swear.
Yeah. Still, I guess it's not as good now because Sepulcher and shit, but
yeah.
I never really finished off too many 200 mils, so I wish I could say Slayer or something. I finished like hit points and mage. I guess 150. Did I make 150 mil Slayer? That's probably the biggest.
Okay. So probably 20,000 Vorkath.
Yeah.
Tasty doesn't have any questions, but he says, I just want to say thank you, I love you, and you helped shape the RuneScape community into what it is today. Please type 1. I'll fucking type a 1 for that.
Oh, stop. I appreciate Tasty. He was he used to watch the streams too back before he must be a plant, bro, from Jagex. I don't know how the fuck his shit blew up so fast.
I know.
It was insane.
Dude, it's something about just being handsome, being tall, and being buff. Like, it just doesn't... It just be having a little bit of charisma, you know? Like, that goes a long fucking way. Especially...
And he did, like, the IRL thing, or the Max Cape IRL, or whatever.
That's something that nobody has done, nor would dare to do, because we're all just degenerate gamers that...
Yeah.
You know. No, I really do think about... what led to Tasty's success and what's led to literally any really successful streamer, and it's just that they are different than the rest of the community, and that's really what it comes down to. It's just a fresh person that, you know, isn't just following the building blocks of what a RuneScape stream should be, because it was refreshing having Tasty come in, because, and also like that whole new generation, I think of like, you know, Tasty, even Prison Joe, I kind of put in there now that he's more acquainted with like Based and stuff, and he's just really more community driven. And Qneeks, Zoe Pancakes, people like that just are like the new generation sort of, that kind of brought a little bit of energy to the scene, I guess. Not like the same old just streamers that have been streaming for a decade.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I appreciate that from Tasty though, especially coming from him. I do I do notice I did make a somewhat print on the community, I guess. I can notice people doing like similar things to what I did or like how they speak and things and
Yep.
more
I'm
energy.
firsthand watching your stream
Yeah, yeah.
gave me a lot of ideas of like shit. Like I know I'm not just saying this to just toot your own horn, but like truly
Uh-huh.
it helped me stream better. I just realized like, oh, I don't need to take myself as seriously. I can just chill. And that was obviously hard because when you start streaming and have your own little personality thing going,
Uh-huh.
it's not really necessarily hard to change that if you're willing to, but it's just the idea of people coming in and be like, oh, you're copying this guy, or oh, wow, you're trying to be different. Like, no shit, I'm trying to be different. Like, I want to
Uh-huh.
make some changes to my stream and like how I take streaming. So,
Uh-huh.
yeah.
I've always been able to laugh at myself too. Like half the shit, like fucking half these accounts that come in and do the same gimmicks for years, like Chimpy, and some dude always asks me if I'm farting, but like those people would be banned instantly in someone else's stream, and a lot of other streamers don't like they just take themselves too serious, I guess, and they can't laugh at themselves.
Yeah. No, that's a bad. If you're gonna be a streamer, like okay, there are obviously different personalities. You don't need to be a comedic streamer, but if you're
Mm.
trying to have some sort of entertaining vibe, you cannot take yourself seriously. You're gonna fucking hate streaming. You're gonna hate it. So
Shout out Tasty though, appreciate
yeah.
it. I'll have to give
Okay.
Taste come.
Let's. You know what? One more shout out for Tasty that I'm gonna give him is he also did something that no other streamer was doing, which was like organizing real life events, which
Yeah.
are not. I mean, I was at the point where like I don't. I'm like anti. I was antisocial for a while. I'm just like I don't
Mm.
want to. I don't even want to be invited to an event because I just fucking have to go and like actually talk with people. But
Yeah.
him making efforts to bring the community together and stuff has just been really cool to see. And like it feels. And again, this is more with the newer generation, but it kind of extends further into the OSRS community of just people like collaborating a bit more, which is cool to see.
That is cool. I'll have to go to something sometime.
Dude,
I'm not a you can I'm just not a social person. You can tell most of the people in based and stuff are like more normie
yeah,
people
yeah,
like
yeah,
going
for
out
sure.
and stuff. I
Uh-huh.
just not that sounds like scary to me or just like going not scary but like
Just
what do
not
I
in your
do?
environment,
Yeah.
not in your element. Yeah.
But I'll have to do it. Like get out of your comfort zone's cool.
Dude,
There's nothing wrong with that.
listen. Um I'm going to invite you to well, the reason I'm going to invite you is because I know Prison Joe would just fucking love to have you, but Prison Joe's having a little meetup in Tennessee.
Uh-huh.
And dude, you should just fucking pop in or just like even come. I don't know. That'd be cool. I'm
We'll
going to be
talk,
going there.
man. I'm going to Hawaii too with my friend lives there, so I'm going there in like May or April to visit him.
Oh, hell
And
yeah.
that'll be really cool. I've never went somewhere on my own, let alone goddamn tropical paradise. And I'll be there for like a week or something.
It is interesting because I think like we're both pretty introverted because literally going to Mexico for a week on vacation, like even though I loved it and stuff, that was the most exhausted I've been. Like vacations for normal people are supposed to be relaxing,
Uh
but like my whole life is relaxing basically. So
yeah.
like actually having to do stuff and take flights and plan stuff and hang out with people all day is incredibly exhausting. I realize it's an art. You have to get used to it.
It's fun though. Like I hang out with some people at work sometimes. It's nice to get some human interaction. I always just get or overthink everything, but once you like actually just go and do whatever, it's really fun. Like I'm sure I'd have a good time if I went.
Yeah. Okay. Speaking of Isaac that I brought up earlier,
Yes, the boy.
he has 4 questions, all listed as one as well. What period/grind in old school or RuneScape in general did you enjoy the most? Let's answer that first.
Definitely the grind to max. That's what switched me on to like being a degenerate, I guess. I remember I bought a tub of G Fuel when I was going for 92 to 99 mining at the quarry. I would just that was the changing point. I'd drink. I would be up for like 18 hours or whatever, sleep for 6 hours, and just mine as much as I can. And then I would say, oh, after mining, I'll go back to normal life. And then I was like, oh, after this skill, I'll go back. And then I just ended up never going back and grinding all the time. So that was probably
The most fun.
whatever.
What
Yeah, most fun.
do you kind of miss being addicted? I've mentioned this in other casts, of this idea of just enjoying the absolute addiction to the game, even though it's super unhealthy and it's not going to lead anywhere like great.
Yeah, it's. I miss it sometimes, of course. But it's hard because
Yeah.
when you're doing it, it's fun. But get like when you step back and look at it, I guess it's not as enjoyable. But
You look at the pizza boxes and the soda in the back
yeah,
and just like, fuck, what has happened to me?
yeah. But it's definitely I still miss it sometimes for sure.
Yeah.
But I'm lucky where I'm at a job where I don't like hate myself. So
That's good. Yeah, that's really the best. Just having a job you actually enjoy.
yeah.
Okay, second's not even a question. He just says fuck Waldron. And
Mm-hmm.
number 3 is there any part of the game you still have an interest in? I guess you kind of said collection logging, but
Yeah, a little like logging in and doing some clues, little things like that, and maybe some PVM. But honestly, not really. Especially the last like month or two, I've just had no interest in the game really at all.
mm,
I'll still watch like stream. I'll watch like Wizard stream and skill specs sometimes, and that's about the extent of like RuneScape, I guess.
dude, skill specs is a fucking legend. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah,
Like you
he's.
get, yeah,
You could tell he's a good dude. I
I know.
like I said, I respect him a lot. Anyone who puts in effort is always the funny guy and stuff too. It's not easy to do that all the time. So and he's
Hmm.
been around forever too.
Like I had him on the cast a couple weeks ago, and truly, like that dude, you think it might just be like an online persona of just going live and being that way, but the dude is just an absolute legendary guy.
Mm.
He's very wholesome and just very entertaining and just very good with social interactions. I was very impressed. Yeah,
He's
dude's
a
a
cool
legend.
guy, man. Yeah, deserves everything. He's been popping off lately too, especially. So good for him.
Yeah, that makes me happy. Dude, would you go to a Rune Fest now that you're kind of out of the scene?
Yes, man. I think I would for
Dude,
sure if they ever had one again.
I really want them to have one this year. I doubt it'll be one this year, but whenever the next Rune Fest is, I'm fucking going, like no matter what.
Yeah, I feel like I have to go.
Yeah,
Like I don't know. It's a lot of work to go there and everything,
and
but
money, but yeah.
uh-huh. Money too, yeah. I'll just we're streamers, we'll just put the little donation go, they'll fucking give us money, man.
I'll just see if they can come out with a new category, best podcaster, and just fucking up to
Yeah.
like 5 different people, and I can just have maybe a
Well,
free trip there.
they invite people, or they used to invite people. They obviously won't invite goddamn D-list streamers like us, but
I know. That would be honestly the greatest thing ever is if you got like your trip paid for by Jagex to go. Like I can't
uh-huh.
imagine something better than that of just being like, wow, this like I'm invited to go, not just me going. So,
Yeah, that'd be hopefully they hook up like the streamer somehow, like
dude,
hotel or something.
thing is like they really could do that. I don't know how they, choose who to invite and stuff, but
uh-huh.
the times they've done like Dead Man, but dude, I'm not gonna lie. Like we started streaming at a bad time, and obviously a good time for a lot of reasons, but a bad time
Uh-huh.
because like that's kind of when COVID all started and stuff.
Yeah.
But man, like they were inviting streamers out to Dead Man mode mansions, and the people I've had on like Foe and was it Bodie that was kind of talking about it. He just like the amount they spoil their content creators is actually kind of insane. Like that
Yeah.
that sounds like so much fun. When I think about Dead Man Mode mansions now, I'm like, fuck, that's like that sounds like a literal dream. Like that sounds like so much fun to just be with like 10 other people just gaming.
Yeah.
I don't know, that's awesome. I hope they do more of that kind of stuff in the future.
Yeah, it seems like COVID kind of killed all the stuff for
I
all the
know.
community stuff. That shit's done now, isn't it? Just let's do something.
Yeah.
Yes.
We'll see what happens in the future. His last question or last word is Wagyu.
Wagyu, man. Wagyu to YouTube. Yeah. Fucking sly level, bro.
All right. He also says to finish off, the greatest entertainer in the community and a beautiful guy. Shout out Fat Fam and the fuck. Can we
What about the Cloud Crew?
Yeah, can we talk? Can we talk about that? Like the old, the gimmick of just whenever anybody subs or when anybody follows.
Yeah, like I just would watch YouTubers. Obviously, they'd be all hyped up and have some cringe ass name for their followers. So I just started doing that for everyone who would follow. I just made up the Fat Fam, the Cloud Crew, the fuck. Just laugh, just bullshit though, man. Everyone making fun of shit.
So this is obviously something that this is like the same sort of question, just phrased differently. The Duck Chris asks, what happened on the day you decided not to log in? And what would you say you learned from the break? In fact, I'm going to expand on this a little bit more. What was, like, can you just go through that day of the last time you really logged in with a purpose to go for 200 mil all? Like, what happened that day? What did you do?
I remember I logged in. I think it was the first day I started working. So I logged in the morning to chop some redwoods, and then went to my new job nervous. It was weird the first day, like not being at the computer. Like I was on the computer for fucking 4 years straight, so it was weird getting back into the real world and shit. It was honestly pretty crazy.
Have you met any women?
Women? Fuck no.
I have to ask. Just 'cause,
No, still. Yeah, we're still single.
Yeah.
I've been trying to get like I've never been comfortable with myself to get in relationships really. I've been in one but like a super long time ago.
Mm.
But no women, man.
Yeah. That's I mean, we're in the same boat. All right. Let's see. Oh yeah, you know what? This is something I should have mentioned earlier. Dale says, "Wow, I can't believe Sater's going on the Fat Cast episode 2." So
Dale Denton?
yeah.
Fat cast, man.
Fucking fat. Dude, I'm not gonna lie, that was a lot of fun back in the time. I can't bear to listen to it. Like it just actually cringes me out like out of control. In fact, almost all of my casts, there's just no way I can listen to them back. It's just painful. I used to stream these casts as soon as they were done recording. I'd put them live on Twitch, and like that, honestly, it just made me so tense. Like my shoulders would be tense by just listening back to myself. I'm like, holy fuck, this is bad.
Same way, man. Especially on the podcasts, or like I can watch my streams back and laugh, but I always hated hearing my own voice too. Forever.
Yeah, you kind of get used to it, but with the casts, I don't know. I think it's just something about my mentality changing over 2 years at this point, where I listen back to myself and I'm like, did I really think that way? Like, Jesus Christ. Yeah, it's interesting. It's just one of those things where if I did listen to them back, I would feel super pressured to delete it, and I just can't do that.
Yeah.
It's a time capsule at this point. Yeah, that was a little weird, but I will say I got a little bit of inspiration from the Fat Cast to just when I started the Sae Bae cast, just be like, yeah, I'm just gonna plaster my name on it. Like that'll do wonders.
It's fun though. I mean, that was back when I wasn't really getting any viewers, and it was hard to it's hard to organize a bunch of people for like one podcast too. I realized that, especially streamers. But it's cool. It's cool interacting with other people in the community and like getting their views on stuff.
Yeah, that I don't know if I'm not expecting anybody to have listened to it, but the one I did with Mod Soften, Belle Delphine, and West Ham was just kind of like a little throw together little discussion. And it kind of reminded me of the Fat Cast of just kind of talking about the game and just in a more chill environment. And I don't know, they always are fun. So I was sad. Well, who knows? Maybe we'll do maybe I'm saying maybe you'll do a Fat Cast number 2, but more like IRL setting. Just bring it back,
That'd be fun to. I think I'd have fun doing podcasts.
It's fucking fun, man.
Yeah. Uh-huh. It's. I don't know. There's a lot of podcasts too. I never was really too into them, I guess. I've listened to a couple now. I listened to a couple of your old ones too. It's hard to sit and listen to something for
oh
like
yeah,
2
no,
hours.
I do not blame. In fact, it's really weird when at the end of the year people show their Spotify like podcasts minutes listened, and like people are in like the tens of thousands of minutes listened to my podcast. I'm like, what are you doing? Like, you actually listen to all this? Like, it always surprises me because with anybody else's podcast, even the podcast I'm into, I maybe listen to a couple hours a month of it, like maybe. So
I guess people who have jobs where they can listen to stuff all day. I mean, you can only listen to so much music, like the same
true.
music after a while.
Mm-hmm. That would be cool, bringing back the fat cast, dude. I'm not gonna lie. I'm into podcasts, and I've obviously have a sweet spot for RS podcasts as long as they're like cool and fun and interesting. So, but even if it wasn't RuneScape related, because to be honest, even the Sae Bae cast, starting this year, I'm already more focused on getting to know my guests a little bit more rather than focusing so much on RuneScape. But it's such a fine balance because when you start something, you can't just all of a sudden change it up because I don't know, it's just not smart to do as a business decision or like even for your own community's sake. Like people expect something and yeah, I don't know. It's kind of tough though, but I don't know. It's like 2 years ago the Sae Bae cast was about RuneScape. I wanted to just talk to people about it, but now I'm like definitely in a different mindset with the whole thing.
Yeah. And that's fine. Tough. Like people still like different stuff. How many times can you talk to people about the same shit anyway about the game?
That's what it started feeling like, you know.
What do you think about the future of the game? You hear new updates and stuff? Like,
it really
talk about it so much.
It really is tough, especially when you do it once a week and you start realizing like I'm literally asking the same fucking questions because there's nothing else to talk about. So
everyone's got their own unique way they got into RuneScape and stuff.
Yeah, it's tough, but yeah. Anyway, let's move on to a cold one. He asks, what do you think about people that splash seagulls on the Port Sarim docks?
Yeah, shitters, bro, shitter. I was streaming one night and I ran by someone splashed breath, whatever the fuck the spell is with the nightmare staff, breath runes, on a seagull and was flaming him, and then they told me it was a cold one. But I think they're shitters, man. You go barrage. You could barrage something for 5 minutes and get the same XP you would in 6 hours splashing.
I know. Yeah, it's funny. Dude, I remember the first time I ever saw somebody splash. It was like my first couple months of playing the game. And this is back when I already had just a horrible taste in my mouth of Nightmare Zone, realizing that people were just 6-houring Nightmare Zone with Guthans. Like, that actually made me so depressed when I came back to the game. Just like, fuck. And then I saw people splashing. I'm like, this game is in the fucking bin. Like, this game sucks. Like, Jagex is just allowing, just cheating. Like,
it's weird that at least they got rid of the timer, but you can still just AFK.
Yeah. Okay. A few shout outs, I guess, for the people typing one. We got Frank, we got Tyler, Kai, Friend Zones, Yabo, Marin, all these ones. Okay.
Marwin?
Yep. And Tansfang doesn't have a topic, but he says, besides the podcast with Uncle, this will literally be the best fucking one. I've been waiting so fucking long for this podcast. You have no idea. Shout out Tansfang.
Ooh. How was the Uncle cast? I didn't hear that one.
So I had Uncle on twice, and the first time was exclusively me and him, and then the second time was me, him, and Whale. And I'm not gonna lie, like the second one was a little rough because I was like high as fuck, and I've realized like I can't be high doing these because I just lose my goddamn train of thought, and I can't actually hold like a proper conversation. But on top of that, it was tough because of the dynamic where Whale is extremely chill and he's not gonna butt in to talk, but Uncle's super high energy, and he can talk all day. So it was hard for me because I'm trying to sort of get Whale's input, but obviously the conversation was dominated by Uncle, and so it was just it's sometimes hard doing those trio casts. But the first one was absolutely great because it's just a one-on-one, and the guests can talk as much as they want, you know.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Shout out, Unc, bro.
Huge ass says, shout out to the fuck. Big shout out.
Huge ass, man. That was one of the OG viewers too.
Huge ass. Oh, he lives in Oregon. He invited me to go get a drink when I move out there. I'm excited for that.
Oh, nice. Yeah, have you met up with anyone,
dude,
from like Twitch?
I have met up with one person. I don't know if you know Ryan. He streams like very rarely. And he's been in my community for a while, but he's the only person that made an effort. Well, people have made an effort to meet up with me. I've always been the one like shooting him down or just not responding. So I'm just like, I don't want to. But eventually I was like, fuck it, let's meet up, because he only lives like a couple hours away from me. So he just drove up and we went to dinner and just chilled out. It was fun.
It's cool. I met up with Ridgewood before and Neo when I was in Florida. And
how was that?
Met up. It was cool. Met up. It's weird. It's weird, like surreal, I guess. Seeing people in person that you talk to for so long on the internet, and then you're already like friends with them since you talked to them for so long.
Dude, that's why I want to go to a goddamn Rune Fest, especially after like interviewing 100 people. Like, I feel like I know people, but I've never met them. And now at this point where my life's coming together a little bit better, and I'm starting to like actually make some positive changes in my life, I actually have confidence to, you know, meet people and have fun and just, I don't know, be more in a real life setting. And that's also a big reason why I want to move out of here, is just being, I don't know, being in the same environment for so long, especially in the most depressed states I've been in, which have been literally streaming and just not really knowing what I'm doing with my life. Being in the same environment literally causes like me to not to be like dark or like sad or anything, because it's really not as bad as I make it sound, but just being in the same environment makes it feel like I'm still stuck where I've been for like 4 years, and it's not a great feeling.
For sure. When I come home, and even right now sitting on the computer, I still feel like in the same like mental space, I guess.
Moving to a new place for you, like that's gonna be really refreshing, I think.
Yeah, because I've been stuck at home forever. Like, I've always made enough to be able to move out, but never
made the decision. Or just never felt like it was right.
But it's, I don't know, living at home for your whole life too. I need out, man. You got a couch or something, bro?
So, we've kind of covered all of the main Twitter topics. There's a few other shout outs that I probably missed, but for those typing one and stuff, you guys are legends.
Not many questions, bro, fuckers.
I will say though, I am really looking forward to your content in the future, especially like once you kind of like, I don't know, wait, when do you plan to move? So like an actual like,
not too soon. I've been saving up money. I have a good amount saved. I'm just waiting. I keep looking at like houses in the area for like my price range. So just waiting until like a good place pops up and everything works out. But all the housing's really bad right now too. So hopefully sooner than later though. I'm planning by like 2024 to hopefully like have my house.
Are you just planning on living alone, or are you gonna get like people to live with you?
Yeah, I'll probably like get the house, but I'll probably have my brother like live with me and pay rent.
That's cool
for a little bit anyway.
Yeah, I'm excited to just be on my own. I always live with. I've never lived on my own, and so like having that would just be really nice for me mentally.
And when are you doing that?
Well, I'm moving to Oregon in a month, but I'm going to be living with my parents for like a couple months while I just save up a tiny bit more and then actually get like a nice, not like down payment, but just that whole, you know, pay I don't know, just have enough savings so I'm not like stressed out as fuck. Plus, Oregon's really expensive. Like the rent is like literally triple it is here in Alabama. Alabama's
Oh, damn.
so dirt cheap here.
Yeah, I bet, man.
So
Shit.
like having the majority of my paycheck going to rent is gonna feel like just really shitty. But at the same time, being here is just like I literally live next to two mega churches. Like these massive structures, and there's literally like just a huge street literally 2 blocks away from me that is just lined up with like, well, it's not as bad as what you'd think of like LA, but there's like tents and there's like just a bunch of homeless people that sit there, and any time, it's not like the worst thing in the world, but I will say like just having to going on a walk, just the thought of me getting like shanked or something on my way to like having a good walk is just not a great feeling. I want to live somewhere like a little bit, I don't know, like just less ghetto and less, I don't know, just having a new environment in general. But Oregon is pretty known for their homelessness, so I
was about to say.
I don't know what it is. It's just like I want to just live in a different area, and I think just getting out of this area is gonna be nice for me mentally.
Yeah. That switch up's always good too, and you got to try things to see what you like too. You'll see if you like living alone. I think it'll be fun though. Better, maybe lonelier. I guess I don't really interact with too many people at my house, but
so
it'll.
I just have a few topics that I kind of want to just touch on just for fun.
Yes, man.
Yeah. So only because they weren't offered on the Twitter topics, and I'm just a little curious. What is like your average, like what does your average day look like now as a full-time employee and like, you know, part-time streamer currently? What's like the average day for you? Like, okay, so, no. Let me ask this as well. Is like, what is your ideal day? Like, what would you want to accomplish in a day? And what does it look like?
Ideal, I guess depends what time I work. I usually work either in the afternoon or morning, but I'll wake up in the morning, just go right to work. I usually work 9-hour shifts, sometimes 12, sometimes 6. But I usually get off most days at like 9 p.m. So I work from like either 9 to 9 or like 3 to 9. So on the days I wake up, or the days I work in the morning, I obviously just wake up and go to work. But days I work a little later, I'll just wake up, watch some of the Wizard stream for a little bit, get some breakfast. I used to ride the bike forever, but I've been slacking, so I'm looking to get back into routine of going to the gym, like waking up early and doing that. But for now, just pretty much wake up, watch some of Wizard stream. I'll do my laundry or whatever I need to do around the house. Go get some breakfast, and then work, come home, get a couple hours in the Murphy stream sometimes, go to sleep, repeat, man. Not much going on.
I love it. What do you do over like weekends? Do you like without RuneScape in the picture? Like, what is? Did you just chill? Did you just get fucking blazed and just...
I have like one day off. Usually, I'll work 6 days. So my day off, I'll do laundry or like I'll go visit my mom or do anything I fucking like need to because I'm so busy always during the week. So I'll get gas or oil change or go grocery shopping usually and cook. I still cook like chicken shit for the week, so I've been making like burritos and stuff, and then I'll freeze them.
Hell yeah! Yeah, what is you say like on a normal day you like get breakfast or whatever? What's breakfast look like?
So I have protein powder, this like chocolate stuff with a banana, some peanut butter, a spoonful of coffee. Usually the breakfast. Yeah. Sometimes McDonald's.
Yeah. Now you always got to sprinkle in a little bit of that. Just fucking. Wait, are you a McGriddle fan? I swear, people are like
for sure.
hate it or love it. I fucking love bacon, egg, and cheese McGriddles.
Yeah, that's my breakfast. I'll either get an egg McMuffin or the sausage, egg, cheese McGriddle. Shit's good.
Fucking good.
I try not to though.
Yeah, it's tough. It's just tough when like your main meals just get boring, because like I don't know, like. But it is cool that you're like getting those like shakes, getting a lot of nutrients. That's what I've kind of switched to over the past couple months, is like actually having a stable breakfast where I'm not just wake up in the morning and like first fucking app I go on is Twitter, and then the next one's DoorDash. Like, find like something
Yeah.
to order. Like, god damn it.
Some days they're like, a lot of the days though, I'll wake up and just, most times I don't even eat until I get off work. Like I would do the same thing with the stream, but I have a bad habit at that. Just I won't eat and then get home and eat a bunch of shitty snacks or whatever.
Yeah. Well, that's cool. I hope because you did what was that whole thing? Did you have to sign up? Because I know who you're talking about. I just can't even remember his name right now. The fitness guy. It's like a sign up thing.
Glitch coaching, I think it was.
Yeah.
It was he just he made that Twitter post and he said just DM him if you were a RuneScape creator and interested. So I just messaged him, and then he messaged me back a couple days later or like a day later and said he was getting everyone who was like interested, and then he'll give a final number or whatever. But then he just had us fill out this little sign up thing, and he said next couple days he'll start us going, I guess. So I'm excited for that. I think it'll be a good way to help get me back in a routine of exercising again since I've been slacking.
I need to ask. I'm sorry, people are going to be annoyed with this. Have you ever done mushrooms?
Yes, man. Yes.
I'm just yeah.
Yeah, I went through I guess all my experimenting earlier age, like during high school.
Mm-hmm.
I did them a couple times though. It's definitely one of the more life-changing like experiences, like mind-altering for sure.
Yeah, I just wonder because like that would be taking mushrooms would definitely be the like the Kickstarter of like stopping 200 millilol. I was just curious if that had like and if some sort of psychedelic substance had anything to do with.
But yeah, back in the day I did them. It's definitely, I could see how you'd think that, because they big mind-altering thing. It makes you realize world's small or something. I don't know. There's a lot more to the world than whatever we're in right now, for sure.
Yeah, I just was curious because like that's been helping me like understand, because I had literally never done drugs until I mean until weed like a few years ago. Like that was like the first real experience I had, besides like a few occasions with alcohol. But yeah, I don't know. It's definitely like been really, like you said, like mind altering, and just understanding like whatever is in your head and whatever you think life is, it's way different and it's way bigger than you ever like imagined. It's so strange.
Yeah. Like whatever this existence is we're in is like a small, I don't know, man. It's like small.
I know it's like weird because it's almost like you see your existence as almost not meaningless, but in a good way. Not like as in like a existential dread sort of meaningless, but just realizing like you don't need to take yourself so seriously, and like there's so much more to life than like dreading death or like, you know, whatever, and just not appreciating like just everyday existence. So that's been beneficial for me.
Yeah, it's the little things in life that are, life's weird, man, for sure. I just feel like whatever existence we're on right now is not it.
It's
not the only thing. Yeah. I get so much deja vu all the time too, and stuff like that. It's weird.
Same. Dude, okay, so I just want to share this because like I figured like why not? But dude, I am almost, it's weird because when I think of dying, well, first of all, I just wonder like, was I existing before this life? And then I also think, so one of the concepts that I never took seriously was reincarnation. I still don't take it fully seriously, but at the same time, I can definitely see where that idea originated from. Like just, I don't know, like one of my trips, I had this like super big feeling that was just like a universal consciousness. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know if you ever experienced that, just this idea that like, I realized, what is the point of having a name? I went like crazy on this one. I was just like, thinking, like I have a name. Like, why do I have a name? I'm just like an animal. You know what I mean? It was just really primal sort of thinking. But then I had this really weird sense that like every single atom, like I was seeing, just like the walls and the air and like everything was just all interconnected. It was so strange. But I don't even know where I'm going with this, but it was just this idea that like really life and existence in general is like I don't know, it feels like almost infinite in a way. Like it's just never really gonna end. But
Yeah,
obviously there's no proof of that. Just
uh-huh.
what I've felt, I guess.
I believe in reincarnation. I think we've all been, or I don't know about everyone, but I feel like we've had past lives and we'll keep having more. I've just been places where I felt familiar, like near death experience, kind of, but there's just a feeling of drugs are weird, man. Drugs are weird. I don't. You can't tell if it's the drugs that are just fucking with your head or if it's like actually. That's weird. Drugs are weird,
dude. I'm not gonna lie. So I had, this is kind of going back to fitness, like tying it in a little bit, but and I'm not advocating people do this. Again, I'm not a doctor, I'm not a scientist or anything, but like the experiences I've had, like it's really gotten me to understand like fitness and well-being a lot more having some of these trips, because I don't know. I guess I wanted to ask you about the whole mushroom thing and to see if you've done it recently, because I feel like with your change and like with your goals going forward, I feel like it could give you a fresh perspective. Again, I'm not like trying to tell you what to do or anything, but like it's, I don't know, it's been really good for me to just get more into taking care of myself, which is, I know that's something on your priority list now, and like,
yeah,
I don't know.
They are really beneficial if you use them enough. I had some people or use them the right way. I've had old friends who use them too much and you end up losing yourself a little bit. So be careful on that.
Yeah.
But in general, I don't know. I have really bad anxiety all the time, and back when I would take shrooms, my brain would just like
Freak
I already
out.
have I already have like a million things going on in my head, and then that just adds more. But I've had good and bad experiences, I guess. But overall, definitely has been a big eye-opening like experience for sure.
Yeah.
I would never advocate people to do it either, but
yeah, that's something I'm starting to realize. Like I've definitely talked about it a lot, and I understand like there's obviously risks involved. I guess the experiences I've had have really all, I mean, besides a few like quote unquote bad trips, where it was the reason I had a bad trip was because I was like refusing to let go of shit that I didn't need to hold on to. Now, of course, everyone's different, and I have to like understand that. So I try not to advocate for it too much, but I also want to like at least share the positives that have helped me in my life, because I can't just lie and be like, oh, it's not helped me at all, because it really has.
Yeah.
So,
and you're doing it the way it's a good way to promote it, I guess, because people usually would use them just to like party and stuff, but they're definitely more of a like a tool than just something to like party with or get high with.
That's it. It's like a tool. It's like you can obviously abuse anything, but like if you use it the right way. I've definitely had my times where I took it the wrong way and it just wasn't the most pleasant, but I don't know. Everyone's different. And
we did it once, and we had a golf cart, and I had like 3 friends over, and we just we kept driving it all night. We woke up the next day and we just had one imprint of like a figure 8 where the grass was all like pushed in. We just went in the same circle for like 6 hours. That's like the one main thing I remember from doing this.
Yeah, the smaller doses are always the best, but yeah, I've had some fucking, like, I guess the time where I was first introduced to it, when I just had no idea what it even was and what it was going to do to my mind. Like I literally woke up just like just stinky, you know. I was just sweating like profusely, and like woke up and be like, what the fuck just happened? Because yeah, I don't know. It's just not understanding what was happening to me, not understanding when the trip was going to end, losing all sense of time. And then all of a sudden, within like a couple minutes, you're back to reality. Like it was so quick. I was like, what the fuck just happened? But yeah,
wild shit.
You definitely got to respect it. It's definitely not something to just fuck around with. It has its dangers, of course, but
yeah, make sure you're in a good mindset and all that. And
yes.
Good environment.
Okay, so I guess final sort of questions before we wrap things up. I don't know if you have anything else to add. If you do, feel free, but I'm going to ask you for 3 shout outs in a second, so keep that in mind. But I also want to I guess I just want to kind of ask. Well, I guess it would sort of tie into shout outs, so I'll save the other question. But where do you, I guess, want to be in your life in a couple years? I'm just gonna say like in 2 years. Like, I don't know. Do you have any like goals? I know a house is one of them. Getting more into fitness. Is there
Yeah,
anything else that we haven't talked
yeah.
about?
I'd just like to be healthier overall, mentally, physically. I'd like to maybe be in a relationship, man. I'm getting old. It'd be nice to put
Yeah.
myself out there a little bit. Any single ladies listening?
There won't be any. I'm sorry. Well, maybe like 3 or 4. But yeah.
Yeah, but just basically bettering myself. I was in a rut for a long time playing RuneScape, so I'm just slowly trying to work on getting my shit together, I guess. I ignored a lot of things mentally and physically forever, so I'm just trying to become a better person, I guess. Get my shit together and try to be better in a happier spot mentally and get my exercise together too.
I want to expand on that a little bit. For those in a rut, because I feel like a lot of people that play a lot of RuneScape probably, again, projecting a little bit, but probably aren't
Yeah.
in the, and again, people that play a lot, is what I'm saying.
Uh-huh.
Probably aren't in the greatest spot mentally. Again, a lot of projection because that's what happened to me. But what would you offer as advice for those in a rut? And what helped you the most, I guess, get
Yeah,
out of
you
it?
can I guess you can change your environment. Like if you I was just stuck in the same cycle every day and just not happy. If you like realize that you're not happy though with whatever you're doing, you can change your situation completely and get through it. It sucks being stuck in like a bad place, but you if you have like a strong enough mental or just switching up your routine, you will get in a better spot for sure. It helped me out a lot, getting off the computer as much. But just know that you can. This world's big. You can do whatever you want. Really, it sounds cringy and cheesy, but you can really do like anything you put your mind to.
Hell yeah. Okay, I'm gonna ask you now for 3 shout outs from the community. Anybody you think deserves one, go
Yeah,
for it.
first wizard, 100%, man. He's
Fuck yeah.
yeah, streamer. He was part of my community forever. He's real genuinely nice guy though. He's just a skiller, but he's good vibes, man. He's always a one of the more genuine people on this platform for sure. Does not get enough recognition, man, but the skillers never do. So him for sure. Also the boy Murphy, man. He's been streaming too. He's also a big was a bit mod in my stream, big member of the community. He's a really nice guy too, skiller as well. But those two are just really good people for sure, just in general. And I guess check them out sometime for sure, especially Wizard. And then a third shout out would be hmm Dab Saget, man. He's a really genuine dude.
Yeah, he is.
Dabby Saget.
Hell yeah. And then just one big overall shout out to the fuck, right?
Yeah, of course, to my community. Without streaming and meeting everyone I have through RuneScape and streaming, I don't know where I'd be in my life. I can't thank everybody enough for who just like who watched my streams and still like says all these nice things about me. It's crazy. I've always been just someone who blends in with everyone and never liked attention, but streaming made me realize that I can just be myself and people like me for me. And that's the main thing I learned, I guess, through the community was just you can be yourself and people mess with you. I've always had trouble being myself, I guess, and having people not like me or whatever. So big shout out to just my community and the RuneScape community in general and Twitch in general for just giving us a place to go to escape
for real.
everything. It's always what streaming's been for me.
That was beautifully put. Fat Clouds, I had an absolute pleasure talking to you today. Guys listening, down in the description, be sure to follow Fat Clouds on Twitch and Twitter. And do you want me to link your YouTube? Are you planning on doing any YouTube?
No, I mean you can if you want. I was talking to someone about editing videos once in a while, but I just don't have any time to stream. But I would, if you want to shout that out, that would be sweet as well, man.
Yeah,
I appreciate it.
for sure.
And it was nice talking, man. This has been a long time coming. I mean, me and Sater, we've been friends for what, like fucking
Been like
long time.
at least 4 years, maybe 5 years.
Uh-huh. It was
Yeah.
good talking though. Yeah, nice. I usually just flame everybody, so I apologize to anybody listening if I ever upset anybody. I just always I treat streaming like everyone's my best friend and just bullshit with people and spew toxicity. So I never mean anything negative though. I just like to spread smiles to people and make people laugh.
Yeah. No, definitely I've had last. You know what? I'm going to give a shout out. I never give a shout out. I'll give a shout out
Yeah,
to
there
you.
you go.
Just mainly for I don't know, just literally as you say, you give people laughs. Like I've literally never laughed harder at a stream than some of your just absolute prime streams of just the whole Mario gimmicks, just the drunk streams, just all that shit. Like there's so much to it. And those little compilations that people have put together, the little videos, like literally are just pure gold. So
I appreciate it. It's a beautiful thing, man. Streaming's a beautiful thing. I'm just happy that I've been able to spread as many like smiles and laughter to as many people as I have so far. And we will continue to, just not as often as I used to, sadly.
Yeah, just not going for 200 mil all in a positive and uplifting manner. Just the positive and uplifting manner of life.
You know,
all right.
good.
Yeah.
Oh, go ahead. No, go ahead.
Fat Clouds, I had an absolute pleasure. Thank you very much for your time tonight. Guys listening, thank you for listening to this one. If you guys made it to the end, be sure to type a 1 down in the comments.
Yes,
and
type a 1.
Yeah. Thank you very much. Any final words, Fat Clouds?
No.
All right.
I think that's about it, man. Just appreciate everyone in the RuneScape community for dealing with all of us and all of that. You guys are you're all appreciated though, really. I can't I know I keep saying it, but I can't thank you everybody enough for who just hangs out in the streams and whatnot. And of course everyone who supports with monetary or whatever, but just thank you guys for hanging out with all of us.
Nice. All right, we're not going to keep you guys any longer. Thank you guys for listening, and we will catch you in the next one. Episode is not the guest is not confirmed quite yet, but be sure to follow me on Twitter down in the description, and you will know a few days beforehand who's coming out. All right, peace out, guys.